welcome back to the Snivy Pad. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with all your friends. So today we'll be doing a Battle Styles top 5 cards list. I know I'm a bit late to the party on this, but I feel like we should still do it just so we can get the information out there and share it to all you guys. So let's get started at number 5. We have Karina's Focus. So Karina's Focus is a new supporter card we see in Battle Styles. It is a rapid strike card, and it reads, draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hands. It is pretty much a reprint of cards like Lily or Bianca from previous generations, and is a draw supporter card. This is another draw supporter card along with cards such as Professor's Research and Marnie. It will really help out the consistency in decks such as especially fire decks, which is why you can see cards like Welder and Heat Fire Energy on the bottom corner of your screen, because those cards are going to be stuff that Karina is going to want to search out. It's essentially a Crobat in trainer form. So you can play this, spend all your cards, and then play a Crobat or a Dedenne or something. We really need more draw supporting cards in the game. This is one of the times in Pokemon history where we've had the least amount of draw supporters. So this is a really good card. In previous generations, we probably wouldn't see this on a list, but as of right now, it is going to be a staple card in most decks, just because it is another draw supporter card. Because we've never really seen a time in Pokemon like this where we haven't had many draw supporting cards. So moving on to number 4, we have Victini VMAX. So Victini VMAX is a 310 HP fire type Pokemon. Its first attack for 1 colorless energy is Spreading Flame, and it reads, attach 3 fire energy cards from your discard piles to your Pokemon in any way you like. And its second attack, Max Victory, for 1 fire energy and 1 colorless energy. It's 100 damage plus 120 more damage, equaling 220 in total. If your opponent's X Pokemon is Pokemon V. Now, the cool thing about this attack is it counts if it's a V or a V Max, because the Pokemon rules say that a V Max counts as a V, just as a GX tag team would count as a GX. It's the same thing except the little add-on word to it, so it would still count. So this can do 120 damage. We can knock out most cards that are V cards, no cards that are V Max cards, but it can hit any card in the format right now. And it's a fire type card on top of that, so it'll be hitting weakness on a lot of stuff. The only real downfall to this card is that it is a fire type card, and that Welder will be going away in the next rotation in mid-August, early July. But it is only a 2 energy attachment card, and you can use cards like Beatty, for example, to just accelerate those in 1 turn as well. So Welder won't really be an issue for this card like most fire type cards it is. It will still be a problem, it'll still be a disadvantage, but you'll be able to make up with for cards like Beatty. So its original card, its V card, you'll be wanting to use the one from Sword and Shield base set instead of the one from Battle Styles. The one from Sword and Shield base set is only one real reason why we want to play it, and that's for its first attack, which actually, fun fact, is the first attack of Victini VMAX as well. And it reads, attach up to 3 fire energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon in any way you like. And this is a great energy acceleration attack. It can really help you, especially in the early game. I've made a whole video about Victini V and why it's such a good card, so make sure you check that out. I'll link that in the description. So you're going to want to play, like I said, the Sword and Shield base set one. Victini V Max, I would personally rate this card a 4 out of 5. I personally am not going to use it because I have other deck ideas. But if you people are looking for any ideas for decks, Victini V Max, along with some of the other cards in this list, are going to be a very good option for you, especially because Victini V Max is not necessarily the most expensive card right now. So going on to number 3, we have Urshifu VMAX Single Strike style. So this is a fighting type VMAX card with 330 HP, and it is a single strike card. So its attacks for first one for 3 colorless energy beat down, just does 100 damage, and its second attack for 3 fighting energies and 1 regular energy, G Max 1 blow for 270 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So there are a couple downfalls and a couple weaknesses to this card, so we'll get to those first. First one is with G Max 1 blow. You have to discard all of your energies. There isn't really a good way to get fighting energies on there right now. Even with cards such as Single Strike Energy and Single Strike Scorn, and even stuff like Houndoom, it is really hard to get those energies on there because you still be attaching one per turn. But if you can get those on there, it is a devastating hit. It can hit and knock out almost every single tag team card. It can hit and knock out every single V card except Wailord, which we don't talk about on this channel. And it can attack and knock out every single GX card in the format right now. The only thing that it really can't knock out is the V Max cards, but that is where Beatdown can come in. Beatdown is 100 damage, might not seem like a lot, but you can do Beatdown and then G-Max 1 blow, and that will be able to 2-hit any card in the format right now. They can use some add-ons to it to make it a little bit harder, but you'll still only be about 10 damage ahead, which you can just use cards like Galarian Zigzag Goon. So its V card isn't really worth talking about that much. It's just a regular V card, 220 HP. Its attacks are decent. Again, it's single strike Pokemon. But its counterpart is really going to be a card like Houndoom, where you can search your deck for a single strike energy card every single turn, and then you can put that down there. It'll be really good, especially searching out the cards you need, because you're going to need a lot of energy cards for this card in order to be playing Urshifu VMAX. I would rate this card, personally for me, a 5 out of 5. I love Urshifu VMAX single strike version. I think it's a lot better than the Rapid Strike card, but we might see some more of that later on in the video. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So moving on to number 2 in our second to last spot, we have Octillery. Octillery, we only really play it for its ability, Rapid Strike Search, which it is a Rapid Strike, by the way. So Rapid Strike Search says, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then you can shuffle your deck. You can't use more than one Rapid Strike Search ability during your turn. So you can search for any card you want from this. You can search for a VMAX Rapid Strike Urshifu. You can search for a Fan of Waves. You can search for anything. You could search for just some random Magikarp card that you want. You can search for any Rapid Strike card at all, ever, in your deck with Octillery. The only real downside to this is you can only do it once per turn, but with something this good, it's going to be expected. Its attack for 3 energies and 50 damage is not good at all, but it could come in clutch, last case scenario, but you're probably not going to really want to use it. So moving on to our number 1 spot, we have Urshifu VMAX Rapid Strike Style. I know I said that I don't really like this card. I don't personally, but it has insane potential. It has 330 HP, which is amazing for a VMAX card. It's a fighting type card, and of course a Rapid Strike card. Its first attack for 1 fighting energy is Gale Thrust for 30 damage plus. If this Pokemon moves to your bench and to the active spot during your turn, this attack does 120 more damage. And G-Max Rapid Flow, instead of G-Max 1 Blow, is discard all energy cards from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance for bench Pokemon. So, its first attack is the same thing as Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX's attack, which saw an insane amount of play. Everyone in Electric decks wanted to play that card just for that attack, because you could just pull that up with a switch and knock for 150 damage with 1 energy. It does the exact same thing on this Urshifu card, which just makes it even more better. And its second attack on top of that can put 240 damage around the board. That can knock out every single V card except for Wailord, which, again, we don't like to talk about Wailord. Every single GX card, except it cannot knock out tag team cards. That's the only real downfall to this. But you're only paying 3 energies for it, and you can use Octillery to search out your Rapid Strike energy, which is a double energy, so it would only really take you 2 turns instead of 3 turns to knock out that G-Max Rapid Flow. So in reality, you're going to be using 240 damage every other turn. That's even better than cards like Reshizard or Reshiram and Charizard, and it is less energies, less turns to take it. This card is literally the most potentialist card we've seen in a very long time, and it has chance to be a very good, very competitive crushing card. Me personally, I would even say that this could be the first card that we have that could compete with Zacian ADP. Now, it might not be the case, but there is huge potential for this card. I would not be surprised to see in a month or two from now this being the #1 deck in the format. It is just that insane. So I hope you guys think about playing this card. This will be a very, very powerful card. And you can quote me on that, because I will be right. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions or just want to spark a conversation, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And like always, have a great rest of your day.